You know that feeling when someone's clearly wrong, but somehow they're winning the argument? Yeah, well, they're using tricks. And today I'm going to show you exactly what those tricks are, so you never fall for them again. Let's start with my personal favorite because I see this one everywhere. It's called ad hominem attacks, right? It's a fancy Latin word, but it just means that they attack you instead of your argument, right? Like, well, you didn't even finish college, so what do you know? Like, go read any Facebook comment section of your local news page. Seriously, it's a dumpster fire of people just attacking each other instead of discussing actual topics. It's a huge waste of your time. I really don't recommend that you spend any time in there. You can be better than that. But here's the thing, right? A terrible person can still say something true. And a saint, he can still be dead wrong. Just watch any political debate. I dare you to count how many times they bring up someone's divorce or failed business or, anything except for talking about the actual policies, right? It's exhausting. So next time someone does this, and they will, just point it out. That's all you can do. Point it out. All right. So the next one, it drives me crazy. Okay. It's called a false dichotomy. Basically, when someone pretends that you only have two choices, that's a false dichotomy, right? You're either with us or you're against us. Those are my only two options? Does this sound familiar to you? If it does, leave a comment down below. Well, here's one that I heard last week, right? Was, if you don't support the new city plan, you obviously don't care about our community. Hold up. Maybe I can care about the community and think that the plan sucks. Maybe there's a third option or even a fourth option. Advertisers, they love this false dichotomy thing, right? Smart shoppers choose us, choose our brand or whatever, right? So then everybody else is just an idiot? Come on, right? Life's complicated. Anyone telling you that there's only two choices is probably trying to sell you bullshit. Don't buy it, okay? Now, here's a really sneaky one. It's called a straw man argument. And once you know this one, you'll see it everywhere. I think HOAs are an unnecessary layer of government that people voluntarily sign up for. I'd never live in one again, and I don't recommend them to anyone because I believe having as much individual liberty as possible, especially on your own property. But whenever I say things like that, you know what I hear? And some of you are probably already thinking it in the comments or thinking of it while watching this video, but you'll hear things like, oh, so you just want to live next to someone with a car on blocks in their yard. Or you think that people should just be able to trash their property. I want to preserve the value of my property. Hold up. I never said any of that. I just said that I want the freedom to build a shed or plant a garden without asking a committee for permission. And then ultimately be denied because, well, it's just not in our bylaws. Right? Instead of discussing the property rights, they twist it into me wanting some sort of like neighborhood apocalypse. Right? That's the straw man. They take my reasonable point about personal freedom, blow it up into something ridiculous that I never said, and then attack that instead of what I actually believe. You'll see this online constantly too. You'll say something mild like, maybe we should reconsider this approach. And then someone's all, oh, you just want us to be failures? Yeah. They're freaking out over it, right? Yeah, that's not what I said, like, at all. So when this happens, what do? Just calmly restate what you actually said. Don't let them put words into your mouth. Okay, this next one, it makes my brain hurt. It's called circular logic, okay, or circular reasoning. It's when someone uses their claim to prove itself. Like, this app is the best because the website says that it's the best. Well, that's not how proof works, okay? Here's one that drives me crazy. The Inflation Reduction Act. I've seen so many people online saying, of course it reduces inflation. It's literally called the Inflation Reduction Act. Hold up, man. Is that what we're doing here? That's like saying that the best restaurant ever because, oh, that's what it says on the sign, right? The name doesn't prove what it does. That's circular logic. It reduces inflation because it's called the Inflation Reduction Act. Meanwhile, they printed hundreds of billions in new spending. You don't need an economics degree to know that printing more money usually causes more inflation, not less, right? Same thing with the Patriot Act. It must be patriotic. It's called the Patriot Act. Really? Because mass surveillance of citizens without warrants is patriotic? Especially in the United States? Really? The name is just marketing. It's not proof. You're just going in circles, right? The claim is proving the claim. Real proof comes from outside. Independent sources, data, results. Not just saying it's true because it's true. Okay? So the last bunch, these are called appeal fallacies, and they're everywhere. They're basically try to convince you by appealing to something that sounds good but isn't actual proof, right? The appeal to popularity. Well, everyone's doing it, so it must be good, right? No. A lot of people can, like, millions of people can really like mediocre stuff. Remember NFTs? Everyone was buying them back in 2021. How'd that work out for most people? Yeah, popularity doesn't really mean smart, okay? And then there's the appeal to tradition. Well, we've always done it this way. Well, we used to send messages by horse, and we used to drill holes in people's heads to cure headaches. You know, always done it doesn't mean that we should keep doing it. How about the appeal to nature? Like, I eat organic, you know, when I can. But natural isn't magic. You know what else is natural? Poison ivy. Some of those all-natural supplements, some are great, sure, but some, they're expensive nonsense. Natural doesn't automatically mean better. You have to check the actual facts behind them, right? And then finally, let's talk about the appeal to authority. This one's tricky because sometimes experts, they are right. But remember the Milgram experiment? Regular people thought they were shocking other people, like potentially killing them, just because someone in a lab coat said to do it. Go ahead and push that button. Yeah, over 60% of the people went all the way up on the dial just because the lab coat, because the guy in the lab coat. Experts can be wrong. They can be biased. They can be paid for. Check the actual evidence, not just credentials, right? Good arguments have actual evidence, real logic, not tricks. And once you see these tactics, you'll see them everywhere. News, social media, work meetings, family dinners, your friend's comment section. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. So call them out. Don't let bad logic win. In the next video, we're going to talk about emotional manipulation. You know, the stuff that shuts down your brain before you can even start thinking.